My friends, last year I bought a semi-hollow Glarry telecaster, Glarry, and have been real impressed with it. It was like $120, super cheap. Wasn't a perfect guitar, but very playable, a lot of fun, and I've made some good music with it. I did do a little bit of modification to it. I switched out the bridge. But that guitar, when I bought it, I was intrigued by it. It was a thin line, semi-hollow, but it wasn't when you go to their website, it was not the most highly rated guitar there. The most highly rated guitar on their site was their $89 Telecaster, which basically has 5 stars and just hundreds and hundreds of reviews. And so, you know, 89 bucks, why not get it? I love having guitars that I station at different places. I go stay with my mom and watch over her. So I'm going to take maybe the Glarry, the new one that I've gotten, which I'm going to show you tonight, up to my mom's, and have that as my up the mountain Telecaster. And I already have a Strat up there that I use, and I just kind of bang around on them and try to record a little bit using Logic Pro with my iMac. So tonight I'm going to show you this new Glarry. I'm not going to make a big deal out of the unboxing. I do every time I get a guitar via order. I try to show kind of what condition it's in, though. It looks like this box has been crinkled a bit. I hope it hasn't been mistreated in the shipping, so I always kind of show that. It's probably come from a long way. It's probably come all the way from China. Well, it says made in China for sure. And it does have my address on the outside of it here, made in China. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a peep at it. I'm going to unbox it and I'll show you what it looks like. And so, taking the top off the box, this is how it comes. I reviewed a Grote guitar the other day, and this is even thinner, foam than what the Grote had on it. And the box is not as substantial either. So this is it's pretty thinly packed and transported. And so let's take a look at it with this stuff taken off. Okay, so this is the guitar, and I gotta tell you, the plastic was really hard to get off of the pick guard. So you might see a few little blemishes and stuff right in here where I had to scratch kind of around. I tried to be as gentle as I could. So that's just kind of fingernail markings and stuff there, and there was a really stubborn piece of plastic on top of the lipstick pickup. But there you go. The only thing I can see from the top that looks like a little blemish is whatever this is right here. I don't know what that is. It's just kind of a strange little dot. It's a pretty piece of wood. It's actually a very heavy guitar compared to the, how lightweight the thin line is. So I put this Glarry on the scales, and it comes to exactly 8 pounds. Exactly 8 pounds. So it's not a super light guitar, not super heavy either. And check out my American Telly, exactly 8 pounds too. Well, let's compare that to the Glarry thin line. So the semi-hollow Glarry comes in at 5.6 pounds. So that's a very lightweight guitar. Let's compare this one to my G&L thin line. So the G&L ASAT comes in at 7.4 pounds. So it's not that much lighter than just a regular Telecaster. You see the reflection of the chandelier. It's very bright, clear, glossy kind of finish. I like the color. I just love those old traditional colors. And kind of what I expected from the neck. Neck is very similar to the other guitar. It was not in tune. I have sort of tuned it. So as I was going through, I had to loosen the strings up so I could get the plastic off of that pickup. I've not even turned it over yet. You got 2 string trees. Tuners seem to be pretty nice. Just my initial thoughts just of turning it, tuning it a little bit. So I've got a bit of residue on my fingers from somewhere here. Whatever I guess where I've maybe pulled on the strings so I could lift up and get the plastic off. I'm just going to give the knobs a quick little turn, see if they feel gritty. I do not. That feels super. Both of them feel super smooth. That feels a little cheesy, but not the worst I've felt. Let's go here and here's an American Telly. It's probably 2/3 as good as that. This is really not dissimilar.
honestly, the knobs on my telly feel a little grittier than the knobs over here on the. I mean, these are actually very smooth, smoother than my telly. We'll have to see how they respond when we hook it up. You know, just how the. I've seen some reviews of these guitars. I don't know that I've ever seen one done that I think where they've really set it up really well. Of this particular model, anyway. Let's take a look at the back. It looks pristine. As you can see, it doesn't go through, so we don't have a string through on this. The strings load from the back. 4-bolt plate there. This neck, okay, so a lot of people criticize the neck and say it needs sanding. Glarry must have been listening to that, because this has been sanded with a finer bit of sandpaper. Because I feel absolutely, the other one I had was particularly right up in here was a little bit rough. We still have it. I'm going to do actually a comparison of it to this. And so you've got these little, I guess, blue plastic things on the back of these. I could scratch those off, take those off, you see. So I've not done that yet. Yeah, very, very standard tuners. But it's one piece of maple neck. I kind of like it. I kind of like the look of it. Strap lock there. It's a very basic Telecaster. I mean, I don't see any flaws in it at all. And, you know, it's an $89 guitar. You can't expect it to be perfect, but that one looks pretty darn nice. So, yeah, I'm going to take it out in the studio and run it through a few paces, see what it sounds like. Let's take another look at the other side here now that we see that it's not a string through. You can see, let's take a quicker look there at the bridge. You see the bridge, they go straight across there, and you got the compensated saddles, which, you know, I ended up putting that on. I got some brass ones out of California or someplace and put them on the other one. So I'll probably stay with this. That's normally not been the kind of bridge I like on a Telecaster. I do prefer that kind of bridge on Telecaster where I got individual strings. You can see over here on my other one, on my Modern Players. I think that's what I got here. I have that same kind of individual saddle deal on this one too. But that is totally okay. I'm all right with that. You got your Glarry logo at the top. The nut looks pretty nice. Looks like the string spacing is good. You're not coming too close to the edge or anything on here. Looks pretty standard, doesn't it? Looks like a nice Squire is what it looks like. Looks like would be in that same category. Let's see how these pickups sound. Okay, so I'm out in the studio with it, and it did require a bit of adjustment back here. It was sharp. Almost all the strings were sharp when I played the 12th fret, but it didn't take long. It took about 20 minutes of just, you know, trial and error to get the intonation set just right. I'm going through the Vox VT20X just on a standard clean type sound. And so I'm on the neck pickup right now, just showing you a little bit of what it sounds like. We'll switch back and forth with the LT25. I do have I have them mic'd up tonight. The mic's set probably 2 feet away from the speakers. This is kind of like what it sounds like to sit in front of the speaker. I don't have them close mic'd or anything. So, and so I might do another video where I go direct line in, and it always sounds a lot better, really. But I thought I'd just play what I'm hearing here in the studio. So that's the neck pickup. Here is the in-between. Much brighter. And then the bridge pickup is going to be very bright, I'm sure. Back to the neck pickup. It's much lower output the neck pickup is. Let's listen to the tone control. Yeah, back to the neck pickup. So the knobs, the pots seem to be pretty good. I have definitely knocked it out of tune though. Still in the neck position. In between position. Switch over to the Fender amp for a minute, see what that sounds like. That's the bridge position, or the, excuse me, the back. In between position, 2 pickups. To the neck position. Much darker. Back to the bridge. In between. Okay, let's do this thing called Dreamy. Neck pickup. Or a bridge pickup. Super rock. Let's see what that is. It's an 80s type rock sound. box and go to something a little dirtier on that. This is a neck pickup. California metal. Like a double rectified sound. Bridge. Friends, my initial feelings, first of all, those strings got to be changed. Yeah, they got some definite funk on them or something there that doesn't quite jive with me. Some Ernie Balls Super Slinkies is what I'll probably put on there. Initial thoughts right off the bat. So this pickup is very bright, almost too glassy for me. Some people, yeah. Here's the thing: you go into a store and you pick up a Telecaster. Back in the days when you could go into stores and pick up Telecaster, you could pick up 5 different ones of the same model and it all sounds slightly different, right? I mean, they're more consistent maybe than they used to be. Back in the old days, though, you know, you go pick up a Telecaster or Stratocaster, and you just, I would go and play 10 different ones, and finally one would finally speak to me. This pickup in the neck speaks to me. It's low output. I have noticed it looks like the pickup sunk down in there. It actually looks like it's leaning this way a little bit. So probably I need to get the screwdriver out. I need to maybe take this off and take a look at it. I can probably make this pickup sound even better than it is and get it a little bit higher, but still not pulling on the strings or anything. Probably fairly weak magnet in it, I'm guessing anyway. This pickup, I can see why people get these guitars to mod them. And the reason I say that is this is a substantial guitar. The guitar itself feels fantastic. The body of it feels just like a Telecaster, just like it. It's kind of heavy. I'm not exactly sure what it's made of. It's quite pretty wood though. And it just reminds me of an old school Telecaster. How does the neck feel? Not quite like a Telecaster, but it's a comfortable neck. I mean, it honestly plays better than the first Glarry that I got, although it's probably exactly the same kind of neck. I can see it's got a piece of, I guess, maple on the top up here, and then maybe maple again, or different kind of wood or something on the back here. I'll put that in the specs, or I'll put it on the list. I just honestly can't remember what it was it said the construction was, but it feels very substantial. The neck is straight as an arrow. Honestly, I didn't have to do a thing to the neck. The fret finish for an $89 guitar is like something it's like something I get on a $500 guitar. I'm feeling no sharp ends at all. The frets are very nice. Like I say, the neck is the best thing about this. The tuners are okay. $89 guitar, these tuners can't be $7 or $8 tuners, right? I mean, $5 tuners. But they're tightened down enough. Again, folks, a lot of times, if your tuners aren't holding well, just tighten the screws on the end there. And it might make them a little stiff, but they'll get in tune and hold. These strings are not great strings. These are probably very subpar strings, probably the cheapest you can possibly get. I'm actually, I think, discoloring the fretboard with the stuff on the ends of my fingers. I can actually see that it's starting to get gray here where I've been playing. The more I play with these strings on here, the grayer this fretboard is going to become. But I mean, everything about it is nice, especially the knobs and stuff. Very responsive. They turn real easy. Honestly, I believe I could do this kind of stuff better on this guitar than I can on my American Tele. Like I say, it's a bit gritty. And maybe it's just years I've had it since 1989. Maybe I need to take it out and clean some stuff and something in it. But this is a little noisy. So So that's something you might think about. Is that might be something you could, the switch might be something you could improve. Honestly, for what I would use this guitar for, I would go out and play with it. I think if I needed to, but probably more than anything, I'm gonna use this as a practice guitar because it's going to be the knockaround. I mean, what I do is typically the cheapest guitar that I've got that plays well becomes my sit around, practice, play, knock around, travel guitar. It becomes a travel guitar. Now I could go out and I could spin it. I actually have like a little traveler guitar, which folds up and it becomes very small and it fits into like a pool cue type case. But I still find it much more satisfying to practice and play on a guitar that really sits right on my lap. And I'm a Telecaster man. I love semi-hollow. I love my Strats. I like Les Pauls and SGs and stuff. I'm learning to like them better, but more than anything, I've just always been a Telecaster man. And this guitar feels just like a classic Telecaster. I would say it feels comparable to the $300 Squires. Now there's certain features on the Squires. I do think always the Squire pickups are superior. I won't get into that. This is about the Glarry, not the Squires. So I would say the only sort of inferior thing on here, even this bridge is okay. And I don't think I'm losing a lot of tone because I'm not going into the wood. A lot of tone chasers will tell you that you got to go through the body and you got to come out the back. I don't know. That neck pickup sounds really good. I think it's more the pickup and the way you got your amp set. But I do like the neck pickup sound. If I could get it to just be a little bit more output, maybe just reposition it a little better, I think I might do that. I do think this one probably needs to be replaced, and it's probably time. You know what? I've never replaced a pickup. All the years I've been playing, how old am I now? Good grief, 32 years I've been playing guitar. And I've never just gone out and, I've got buddies that do that, and I've got friends that are better at it than me, and I trust them to do it, so I usually give a guitar over to them, hey, put me a new pickup in or something. So I've had some pickups switched out, but I usually go to one of my buddies named Travis McKinney to do any guitar work for me. I want you to meet him sometime. I'm going to do a video with him. But so this Glarry guitar is great. Like I say, is there anything I'd knock on it other than this pickup? Really, no. I mean, it wasn't set up tremendously well for intonation, but the neck set up great. The string height's great. Thank you, whoever did this over in China when you set it up. Here's the thing. Is it exactly like a Telecaster? No, but it's very close. The body in particular. The neck feels a little chunkier, a little thicker than most Telecasters that I've played, but still it's satisfying. I still like it. Still has the scale length that I like. It's sweet. It plays really well. Once I get some new strings on it, maybe switch this pickup out, I might elevate it in my position. It might end up not being the knockaround guitar, but I would say for the near future, almost anywhere I go, vacation or when I go out to maybe travel over to Nikki's mom's or whatever, this will be the guitar that goes in the car. This will be the guitar at the office. This will be the guitar I take up to mom and I'll say mom and dad. My dad's dead, but when I go up and take care of my mom, this will be the guitar I'll probably have with me. This and the old Indiana Strat. Good job, Glarry. You guys are amazing. $89. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. This is a guitar that in years gone by would have been probably a $250 to $300 guitar or more. So, I wonder, is China going to try to sink our country by selling us, probably we're going to die under the weight, and America's going to sink into the ocean because of all the awesome cheap guitars that China sent it over here. Great job, people. I do like it. $89. I see why it's rated 5 stars, and I'm not being paid to say that. It's for $89. This is a sweet little guitar. Now, if I were going to go up much higher than that, then of course I like the Squires, and I like my G&Ls now. My G&L is my favorite Telecaster, just about it now. That and my American. But this is fun. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel. I will get more in depth with this, and I am going to kind of compare the sounds somewhat with this one and the other Glarry that I got that's about $30 more. The one that is a thin line, a semi-hollow. Again, thanks for watching, folks.